What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Happy Monday again. Hopefully you watched the WWE Select video that I did, opening up a blaster of Select. But hey, Wrestlemania is over. 39 is in the books. Got the rest of the year to go. Wrestlemania 40 going to be in Philadelphia. Are you thinking of going? If you are, put a comment below. You're thinking of going. But hey, before we get to reaction and the results, what do you think? Wrestling is sold. WWE sold to the parent company of the UFC. Now you have the UFC and the WWE underneath the same umbrella. Going to be really interesting. Everything that's been brought up in reports is that it still remain two separate companies. Hopefully everything stays the same. Hopefully they don't try and bring WWE back to pay-per-view stuff, because I think that would kill the viewership, online. I think they get a lot of viewers online, because of the whole Peacock stuff. So, enough of that. Don't forget, like, comment, subscribe. Don't forget the live shows, and let's get into the reaction and the results. So we had night one. We're gonna get right into it. Hey, we had the four-man tag team matchup, and I was a little bit surprised. I thought maybe they, because I heard so much talk about, the potential of Street Profits breaking up. But what happens is Street Profits go ahead and get the win. That's pretty darn good, for them, which I think, with some of the other results that are later on in this video, I think it makes sense. Now they maybe go ahead and get a run at either the Raw or the SmackDown Tag Team Championships, which I think they deserve. It was a great match. All teams were hitting their moves. It was excellent the way it went from beginning to end. Very happy for those guys. Again, I thought Braun Strowman and Ricochet were going to get shot at, maybe moving on, but Street Profits did, good for them. Dom and Ray, very entertaining match. Good, a little bit of, I think it was a little bit of interference from Damian Priest. He was there. Finn came out, to help Dami, but it didn't work. Ray gets the win. Happy for Ray. I mean, they couldn't let Ray lose. He just went into the Hall of Fame on Friday night. You can't go ahead and make the guy lose the following night to his son. It's going to be interesting where the direction of this storyline goes. Is this the end of the story? Is this the first chapter? Is it the middle chapter? Is it, where is this in the storyline? So it's going to be interesting. Again, with the other results we have going on, Judgment Day, what's going to happen with them. The 6-woman tag was good. They both hit moves. They both were doing their things. Lita was flying all over the place. Becky was doing her thing, Trish did her stuff. Damage Control, they did a little bit. They got involved in everything, but overall, very, very good. Well done match, and with Lita, Becky, and Trish getting the win, think it's good. Where does it go? Let's face it, this is not really going anywhere. There was talk maybe, would Trish betray those two, or Becky or Lita, but it never materialized. So good overall match. Again, nothing bad, nothing great. It was just all over, all well done. Seth Rollins, Logan Paul, very, very good match. Excellent match. Both performed very, very well. Very entertaining. Very fast moving. Action kept going, back and forth, back and forth. They had the Prime bottle. Everybody was wondering, who's the Prime bottle? Who's the Prime bottle? Some people thought it might have been, Jake Paul. I thought it would be pretty cool if it was the Miz, because that, Miz helps out, Seth Rollins. But then see, it was his business partner, Logan Paul's business partner, KSI. That was pretty cool too to see that. And then, the big splash with KSI going live on us. I've been going live on his phone. That was excellent. And then Seth doing his thing, hitting the big moves, and then ending it 1, 2, 3. Good win. I don't really think you could have had Seth Rollins lose, but where does the visionary go? What is this story? Now you have Logan Paul, who has lost his last 2 matches, I believe, because he went against Roman. Then he went against Seth. He lost those 2 matches. What are you doing with him? Is this what it's going to be? Is it going to be just a surprise thing? He's going to get called out, so on and so forth. There are rumors that maybe John Cena may call him out, or he may call out Cena in some kind of retirement thing. Who knows? We'll have to wait and see. But overall, very, very good match. Speaking of John Cena, very disappointed as the way this one went. But like I said, when I said the other day, my brain was saying Austin Theory. My heart was saying John Cena. Look, I would have loved to have seen Cena won. He did make him tap. But, you know, John Cena, John, I know you're not watching this, but if you are watching this, John, you as a 20-plus year veteran know you're not supposed to break the hold unless the referee tells you. You didn't hear the bell ring. You knew there wasn't a referee. You never should have broke that hold, Johnny. Never. Don't do it again. You know, the whole thing of Cena putting him over, I don't get that part. I can understand if it was like another good guy type thing trying to push him off, but it wasn't. It's not what happened. You know, you have Theory, who's a bad guy. Now, maybe he legitimizes him because, hey, he beat John Cena. But I don't think it really, I don't know what it does for him. I don't know what it does for Theory going forward, other than saying that he beat John Cena. Whoop-de-doo. So what's next? Who's next? We have to figure that part out. In my opinion, second best matches of the night. Charlotte, Rhea, women's Raw Tag Team, Championship. Man, unbelievable. They were hitting shot after shot after shot. They were hitting their moves. You know, they were doing everything they had to do. Lita. You know, Charlotte hit her stuff. Rhea hit her stuff. And that massive, you know, at one time, you know, Charlotte got like the rug burn, or not the rug, the mat burn cut, you know, on her, like the bridge of her nose, because of the way she took some bumps. It was, these ladies, they beat the hell out of each other. It was awesome. And that massive riptide, boom, for the 1, 2, 3. Great to see Rhea do that. I thought she could win. I was hoping for Charlotte, but I thought she could win. I think it's going to be interesting what happens, you know, with this story. Is this over? What's next for Rhea? I mean, Rhea is, you know, she's 26 years old, you know, so only great things are ahead of her. We'll see what happens, what the WWE does with her. In my opinion, match of the night, just action upon action upon action. It ended the way I thought it was going to end. I think it, you know, everybody kind of figured it was going to end that way. And I think one of the things this does for the WWE also is I think they can now figure out a way to split the belts back up. I got to believe they didn't like having the tag team belts on, you know, on one team, both belts. I got to believe maybe the networks don't like it either. I mean, if you're Fox, if you're, you know, SmackDown, I mean, Fox, if you're USA, you know, you don't really have a champion that is just yours. You're sharing a champion. So I wonder if that had anything, not that that had anything to do with it, but I wonder if that will have anything to do with the potential of splitting up the belts at some point in time. Again, I think it's a little easier to do it now with Sammy and KO having the belts, you know, instead of the Usos. I'm not sure if this affects the bloodline that long, but we'll have that much, but we'll have to see what happens there. You know, the ending of Sammy haluva kicking his dog 3 times was fitting. And, you know, like I said, they beat the hell out of each other. They beat the hell out of Sami Zayn. It was nuts, you know, but I think it was like, oh, you know, Sammy's down and out, and then, you know, Kevin hit something and Sammy was able to find the energy to end it. And it was, you know, a great ending to night number 1. Like I said, you know, night number 1 was the night. I think night number 1 was way better, you know, than night 2. I would give night 1 an A+ rating, you know, as far as I think, you know, action, the quality of matches, and, you know, it was very, very good. And we got tonight 2. You know, when we started off with Omos and Brock, and they hit their stuff. You know, Omos hit his thing. He looked like the beast. And then he looked like the beast, like he was unstoppable. But then the real beast came back and, you know, took him to Suplex City, gave him an F5, and it was over. And I would have liked to have seen maybe it take like 2 or 3 F5s to keep Omos down. I'm not sure what this does for Omos. I hope it doesn't bury him, but it doesn't really do much for him to lose to Brock. Lose to a part-time guy when Omos is more full-time. So not sure why it was done the way it was done, but we'll see what happens going forward. This triple threat, to me, this was, I don't know, between this and the cage match, both of those were excellent matches. I think the cage match, because of what happened to Finn, it maybe brings it down a little bit, but this was these guys, they beat the living crap out of each other. I mean, the chops, the slaps, the hard hits. I forgot what the Sheamus is, but when he does the beat stuff, I forgot what it was. I think he hit like 19 or 20? I don't even know, some crazy ass number. But it was an excellent match, done well. To see Gunther go ahead and those power bombs, it was well done. It's nice to see, Gunther getting that big push. We'll see what this leads to. Maybe does he challenge Roman next? Who challenge? Who knows? But it was good to see. Well done match. I'm glad it went the way it did. This match was by far the worst match of the night. Sorry, WWE, but it was not entertaining. It was I think, like I said, I had a bunch of people over at the house. I think we did more talking during this match than we did watching it. It was just boring. The flow just didn't seem there now. Raquel looked good. She did what she had to do. Liv hit her stuff. Natalie did her stuff. She got the double sharpshooter on Chelsea Green and Sonya Deville. Shotzi did her little things. Chelsea, and Sonya, they kind of, and then Ronda and Shayna, it was just crazy. Like, they got in for just a little bit, then they got thrown out of the ring, and they weren't in the ring at all, and then all of a sudden, somehow Shayna Baszler, tags herself in, goes in, and she goes in the ring to give a knee to Shotzi, and she only has one boot on. It's like somehow she lost a boot. There was no explanation or nothing, even in the press conference, but nobody asked about it. And then, she does that, and she tags in Ronda, and Ronda does her thing where she stands over her opponent, with the arm in the air, doing her thing, talking, talking what seemed for like 10 minutes, and then okay, Shotzi on bar, and then in a matter of 5 seconds, Shotzi's tapping, and Baszler and Rousey win. Where this goes, no idea. Are they gonna try and become tag champions? Who knows? We'll have to see what happens, but it is what it is. Bianca and Asuka, another, I hate to say it, it was a somewhat slow moving match. I don't know. Bianca seemed to be, kind of always playing with her outfit, like it wasn't fitting right, like she felt uncomfortable. And I think part of the slowness is because they try and show how powerful Bianca is, that they kind of have to, do moves slow because she has to get out of the moves, come out of nowhere and stand up and power bomb or throw down Asuka and so on and so forth. It was an okay match at best. I don't think that neither woman really showed anything special. And at the end, Bianca wins, and it is what it is. But I'm not a big fan of Bianca. I don't understand the push. I don't know what is next in her story. I don't know who's next for her. So we'll have to, see. We'll have to watch together and see what happens. But I'm not 100% sure. And, we'll just have to wait and see. This was amazing. The entrances were fantastic. Edge coming out with the Brood coat and the mirrored, mask or chain, was like mirror mall. It had the chain mall, but it was like mirror. I mean, it was excellent. It was excellent. The entrance was awesome. And then Finn coming in as the demon, and then having the purple smoke. It was awesome. And the match started, and they went at each other hard. I mean hard. So hard that at one point, when Edge threw a ladder at Finn, and Finn didn't block it all the way, it went ahead and put a gash in the top of Finn's head. It's got to be at least a 4-inch gash, if not longer. It was crazy. And again, if you're not familiar, if you weren't watching, so you didn't hear about it, they actually brought the medical staff in, and they kind of, pushed the camera away, and they show Edge going crazy, looking under the ring for stuff and all the kind of stuff. While all that was happening, what they actually did was they made a decision. I don't know. I guess they figured, oh my gosh, we can't have this match end because somebody got busted open. What they actually did was they numbed Finn Balor's head, and they closed up this gash with staples. Crazy. And if you want to see it, just go to Twitter and search Finn Balor cut, and you will see it. It is massive. It is up here in his head. It was nuts. And they were able to finish. Obviously, they couldn't let the match. I think the intention was for the match to go a lot longer, but it had to be cut short. They had them both hit some more moves, and then ultimately, Edge hits Finn with the concerto, and the match is over. Now this brings us to a point of, okay, now what does this do for Judgment Day? Judgment Day lost 2 out of their 3 matches. What happens now? Where do they go from here? What is the big deal about Judgment Day? Does this end Judgment Day? Or does Edge have to beat the hell out of Priest? Then does Edge have to beat the hell out of Dominic? Because he said the only reason why he came back was to end Judgment Day. Does Edge go away? Does he figure, hey, I'm done? I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see where this story is and what happens, with it as we go forward. Then we had the main event, and it sucked because from the time that cage match ended until the time this match began, it was 30 minutes. Again, it probably had to do because Finn got hurt, but they had 30 minutes of full time of just crap. Commercials. They redid the Hall of Fame. They, I forgot. Oh my goodness. Then they had Shane. What about Shane O'Mac showing back up? Gonna fight, Miz. Shane blows a quad. Jumps up, blows his quad muscle. Must be something with McMahon's, right? Because you remember when Vince ran in that time, bang! And he blew out his quad. And the same thing happened to Shane. But Snoop Dogg came to the rescue, and boom, boom, boom. And then we were good. And then, after all that, finally 30 minutes go by, and then we get to this match. And it's good. It's methodical. Roman's hitting his stuff. Cody's hitting his stuff. Solo Sikoa is outside the ring, and he gets a chair shot in. Referee doesn't seal anything in it. Then all of a sudden, Solo, and we didn't see it, but he goes over to the kid who had gotten Cody's weight belt, and Cody's on the ropes, and he whacks him with it, and you could see in the ring the look on the referee's face that he heard something, but he didn't see anything, and he throws Solo out. And then the match goes, and it looks like Cody's winning, and the referee, boom, there's that bump, what they call a dusty finish. And if you're not sure that, look it up. And then the Usos show up, and they beat him up. They beat up, Cody. And then who shows up but KO and Sammy, and they fight, and they leave the ring, and they end up in the crowd. And then, Cody comes back, and he's starting to, beat up Roman again. And then out from the crowd, another bump to the referee. Out from the crowd comes Solo, gets in the corner. Samoan spike, puts him down. Roman hits him with a spear. 1, 2, 3, and it's over. And the head of the table wins the game and wins the match. and they go on successful. So it was a good match. It was drawn out a little bit. Again, I'm not sure if that had anything to do with the cage match, but it was a very, very good match, and it was good. But night 2, I gotta tell you, maybe a B. It could have been an A. Well, I don't know if it ever would have been an A because of the 2 women's matches, which just were not very good. And I'm sorry, ladies, I'm not trying to be that guy, but they just were not good. If you saw it, you would say what they weren't that great. But night's a B. Definitely night 1 was an A+. So you're probably looking at a B+, or maybe an A- overall. But it was a good 2 nights. Enjoyed watching it, and looking forward to watching some more of them. So hey, with that, don't forget, like, comment, subscribe. Don't forget about the live shows, and as always, catch you at the next riff.